Experience with the Boise State rivalry. I guess when you were either in Arizona or at UCF, what did you know about Boise State, and what do you know now?
I knew that Boise State was an excellent program, a program that had a tradition of winning, and they still do today. And this is obviously a big rivalry, a big deal for the Valley and Fresno State. I can feel that with the energy and the focus from these guys. And just talking in the offseason, I know that this is a big one. So we're super excited for this opportunity this week.
Now being a part of it for the first time, do your thoughts change at all on what this means, you know, from the milk can to all the appearances in Mountain West Championship games in the last few years?
Right, I think the tradition of all those things is super cool, but honestly in our preparation, we don't think anything of that outside noise. Obviously we talked about it, it's a big deal because it has significant tradition here, and it's important to honor those things and things like that, but in our preparation, we treat it as another game, and honestly at this point in the season, every game is a championship level game for us. So we got to take it 1 week at a time and focus on one day at a time as well.
People will look at Boise's record and say, well, they're just a 500 team, but they're 3-1 in conference like you guys. They just had a huge win over Wyoming. What does Boise State's defense do this year that might give you some fits out there?
100%. They present a lot of problems. They do what they do very well and at a very high level. They're able to play fast, and they try and bring some different pressures and things like that, but all defense is going to try and bring pressures and have their nuances and things like that. So we just got to worry about ourselves. But Boise is a great team. They're rolling high right now. So it's going to be a great game on Saturday. We're super excited for this opportunity, like I said earlier.
And how are you feeling physically from coming back from your ankle injury, your first game action this past week?
Yeah, I feel great. I mean, our training staff does a phenomenal job. Shout out to them for helping me get back on the field. Shout out to Tori Schroeder for helping me get back on the field. She's been working with us and doing a whole bunch of stuff. Dr. Bautista as well. So we got a lot of guys that are helping support the dogs. And honestly, we put the work in the training room. We got a lot of guys that get banged up at this time of year. That's happening all over college football. But we find a way to have an edge over other teams, and so does our entire staff. So I appreciate those guys.
You traveled, sorry, just one more. You traveled with the team to Utah State. I know it was Coach Tedford's decision, but if you had to play in that game, would you have been able to play physically?
Yeah, I mean, I would have tried to do whatever I could for the team. So, but it was at that point, it was the best decision to go with Logan to win the game. He did a phenomenal job. That guy works his tail off and deserves that opportunity for sure. So proud of him, proud of the way that he played because he's a baller for sure.
Mikey, 24 unanswered points to start the second half. What do you attribute that huge change to?
Yeah, I think just getting first downs, converting on third down was the huge thing for us. Got into some of the more plays that we wanted to get to in our game plan, but in the first half we just couldn't execute on third down and get on the field and stay on the field. We got to help our defense out in that aspect. So first half on us for sure. Third quarter was great, but then we got to finish out in the fourth quarter. We had a 14-point lead on those guys, so we got to be able to find a way on offense to finish and finish as a team too.
Big picture, that seems like third quarter adjustments have been a theme for this team. What's kind of going on in the locker room for this team?
Yeah, I mean, it's just all of us communicating and seeing what we're seeing. We have a lot more time to do that in a controlled environment, more of a calm environment because we're trying to watch the defense cheer them on as well. So things are kind of hectic, but we can really all collaborate together. So we do a great job with that, making those adjustments, but really isn't anything that's too adjusted. I mean, we stay within our game plan. Everything that we worked is through the week. Just might get to different nuances of things, that's all.
11 months ago, a lot of your teammates here were playing against this team for a championship. Are you hearing stories about that game or about what these matchups are like against Boise State?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've heard a lot, and I used to keep up with the matchups as well. I mean, being a West Coast guy, I kept up with all the things that were going back home. So it's a very rich environment that we'll be having on Saturday. We're super excited for everyone to come out to cheer us on this Saturday, and it's a rich rivalry too. So excited to be a part of it now, but I know there's a lot of tradition and history, but last year's last year. We got to focus on this year and take it 1 week at a time. And right now we're worried about Boise State.
Thanks, Mikey. State week. What comes to mind? How intense is this rivalry?
Very intense. We've been talking about it all year. Media days, we've been talking about it. Knowing that they don't like this, they don't like us, and we don't like them. Just brings a lot of attention coming into this game. Knowing that 2021, the last time they came here, I was a part of that 2021 team, and they really put it on us. And Coach Tedford mentioned it in the team meeting this morning that we haven't had the milk can here in Fresno since 2017. So that fired the guys up as well this morning. So knowing that there's a lot of attention going into this game, it's going to be a great game.
And you mentioned the 2021. You guys obviously got the win when it counted in the title game last year. But
yeah.
How much does defending the home turf mean to you?
It means a lot. If I'm not mistaken, they came here in 2017 and won as well. So in the Mountain West Championship. So just knowing that those guys are confident coming down that ramp and just laying it on us, just knowing that they're not going to lay down. Knowing that the system, they're going to run their system well, perfect. They're well coached. Two well coached teams battle, and knowing that one of us usually goes to the Mountain West Championship after a win or a defeat. So,
do you feel like that this is like this is basically like the pre-conference championship game, right? Because you're back in control of your own fate. Is that how you view this? That okay, this is basically championship number one for us?
For sure. Like I said, it's our first trophy game this year, so the stakes are a little higher, and it's just the fact that. To be honest, I really don't like these guys, so the tension's always there, and like I said, 2021, they put it on. I know they have a bitter taste in their mouth, seeing us win on the blue, seeing us celebrate on the blue last year, so they're gonna come and try to get after it.
They have a two-quarterback system.
Yeah.
What challenges can that pose to your defense?
I'll say it's like a two-headed snake. Taylor comes in, he's like a Vince Young prototype. He also has a long ball, so we can't only mention that he's a runner. He got also throw the ball, and then the other quarterback showing that he's accurate. He has a long ball as well. Just knowing that their systems is changing every day. They're going to try to scheme up something great because they're well coached. They have a well line, and they have three awesome running backs, as honestly. So we got a lot to handle.
For you personally, you come up with that interception at the end of UNLV. That's 3 times this year where you've made the play at the end of the game. Purdue, Eastern Washington. How are you in the right spot every time?
I want to say it's preparation, knowing that we need a play. It honestly could have been anybody, but just knowing that I have to make a play at the right time. I want to say it's just God blessing me at the right time, at the right moment, and not only being in that moment, being in the right spot, but having the opportunity to actually make the play. I know a lot of guys throughout the country been in situations where they couldn't make the play and never made the play. So I just kind of let the game come to me, and when the opportunity presents itself, so I just have to make it.
Cool. That's all I got.